bit. Carrie, by the way, I just Hello, everyone. Can you hear me first? Let's do a mic check. Yeah, seems like we
Yes, I
can.
can hear you.
So yeah, thanks a lot, Mike. So hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you to launch this new season of Split Division. It's the French one. Yes, of course, Dakuma, fuck you. So I hope that everyone's hyped for it. We have all the best team in Tatagai Shakai here and ready for this new season. That's gonna be crazy, let's be honest. I'm very excited. So, first of all, thanks for everyone who joined today. Thanks for everyone who gifted subs. That's completely crazy. Like Skyref, you're a crazy man.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at who's gonna be in the division for this split. That's gonna be very simple. We have everything in the split standing, and if everyone wants to see it themselves in the Discord,
I would
So-
show it in a bit here.
yeah. So yeah, well, huge thanks to everyone who's here.
Yeah,
and
big
The
W's
music
for
is-
Skyref in the
That's
chat,
what it
please,
is.
boy.
yeah, a lot of W's for Skyref indeed. So yeah, we will talk mainly about the new rules. So mainly rules for the for the division itself. We will talk about the rules for the teams. We will also do an overview of whose team is gonna be in the division this time, and yeah, mainly it's gonna be Burbs who's gonna present everything. Well,
Yeah.
everything.
Thanks
Oh
for
my
having
God.
me as well. Thanks for being here as well, Carrie. And
Mhm.
we also have our trusty boy, Lepine, Le boy from the UK. He's also here. So give it up for Pineapple.
Woo.
Whoa. He's very hyped for this, as you can hear. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. 40 viewers already, people. Guys, we're the best community ever. Yeah, thank you, Carrie, for introducing us. We are very hyped to present to you the new season here. We're gonna do we have some stuff that we're going to show you guys. First of all, thank you all for showing up. I hope you liked the intro, by the way. Carrie cooked a little bit, just a tiny bit. He didn't even overcook it, he just cooked it perfectly, rare medium, and I love it. Yeah, we got some new quality additions for the stream as well. I see some. By the way, I wanted to go back. Thanks to Skyref, thanks to Rizza as well. Carrie also, you're also a G for doing some stuff here. You also gifted some subs, and we got some regular subs from Dakuma as well. Rizza also resubbed for 11 months now. We're at a Hype Train level 7. Boys, what the hell is going on?
Riku wants to be part of it.
Yeah.
Damn. Thanks a lot, Riku. That's crazy, dude. Very
Insane,
good,
insane stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, boys, I think we're just gonna swap over. Let me give
Rizza
you.
again.
Rizza is just gonna top it off. I think Rizza is a little bit mad because we're not gonna gamble something here, so he's just gonna spend his money in some way. But yeah, thank you, Rizza, again. He's missed the gamble himself. Rizza, if you want to gamble, hook up Dakuma. I know Dakuma, you didn't get involved into this one because you're the gambling god. You're the one who makes all the gambling stuff. So if you find something to gamble about, like speaking time, go ahead if you want to measure that in some case. I'm gonna jump
You're
over.
You're the one setting up the gamble. That's what he meant. Yeah.
Rizza needs to make like commentator bingo boards, like stuff that the commentators are going to say. That'll
yeah.
please his gambling addiction.
Definitely. I'm gonna hook up.
Split. How many splits? Yeah.
Guys, please
And
in the chat as well, tell me if the music is too loud. I don't want it too loud. I just want to have some background music for what we are doing today. I'm just gonna share some screens later on. I think. Oh, by the way, I just realized, Carrie, if I'm sharing my Discord, we won't have any music anyway. So that was something that we don't need to do. But yeah, let's run it down real quick. We're going to start with some division stuff. You all have the division threads in the Tatakai. So if you want to go along, just go on your phone or your PC and open up Discord. You can see a lot of stuff has been renewed. I think we're just gonna switch over to it right now. Let me see if everything is working out. Go onto the Discord, and there we are. We don't have any music
Here
anymore.
it is.
So sadly for that, but we don't care about that. The first thing that we want to show you guys, we now have renamed, rewritten stuff. Carrie wrote everything. So if you don't know about anything and you want to have a good overview, go to Tatakai, go to Division Overview, and you have every single one of them. Yeah, you can ask for everything, and if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask one of the admins, and moderators, you can ask me as well. And if you scroll down, you can already see the first new addition here. We got the map pools, boys. We got 2 new map pools. We got some maps that are going to be new to this one. One of them is going to be Akagi Zien. I think not a lot of people have played this one yet, and this is open to download. So definitely get your time set. I've seen there's not a lot of times yet, but we got a long split ahead of us, boys, and maybe there's someone who wants to, try to get that map as a home map. For the Division 1 and above, you can see Carrie made a small mistake here. Carrie, what the man? What are you doing? It's not Nan Maga.
It's you. I did a copy paste with what you sent me. Damn.
It's a little
It's the
oops.
same at the top. Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna do it live.
Yeah,
Here it
just
is.
we were just gonna run it down. Pine, could you just present the Division 1 and Legends map pool for us, please?
So as you can see on your screen right now, that's the map pool. No, so basically, the way we did Division 1 and Legends is the way we always do it. We vote on the maps and we keep a certain amount of certain maps in. So it's kind of like balanced. So we had 3 tech maps and 3 tech hybrids. So basically all the tech maps in the game are in the map pool for the higher divisions. And then for the hybrid maps, we had 3. Hybrid power, we had 4. And then the power maps, we had 2. So that's why you don't see like a huge amount of power maps this split. It's much more balanced than it has been in the past. The 2 main power maps are obviously Iraha and Nanamagari. And then, moving down, you've got Enna, Okawa, Yabitsu, Saka. And then moving into the more tech kind of stuff, Ashino, Koma, Miji, Happo, Usui, stuff like that. So it's a pretty balanced map pool, I think, at least, compared to previous splits.
I can already see Dakuma being hyped to see Okawa actually being in the Legends and First Division. So yeah, Dakuma, you won. You got what you wanted. You got Okawa actually in the First Division pool. Yes. And yeah, we're just gonna move over. Yeah, Gary.
I'm gonna text August to remove Okawa from the game. Let's be honest.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm kidding.
I don't know who that is. I don't gonna click on it right now, but I got 100 messages already.
Hell no.
I knew exactly that this is going to happen, but I don't care. Let it happen. Yeah. Okay. First Division and Legends Division will have a 15 map pool, and then we got, if I didn't miscount, I think it's 22 maps. Let me count again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
24,
14,
I believe.
18, 22, I think. You can count it as well, but it's a lot of maps. And for this one, very specifically, we have an even amount of maps. So Division 2 and below will always have a coin flip for the last map if they get into a tiebreaker. Let me just redo it, just so I know that I didn't say anything stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's
6,
21.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Carrie is right. I did lie. You guys thought, no, it's always going to be an uneven number, so we will have a set tiebreaker map. So yeah, if you're not sure what maps are going to be in your map pool, just go to the Division Overview and you will instantly see what maps will be possible to be played and what division you're going to be in. That's what we're going to come to in a bit. But we are going to jump over 1 slot down into the division rules. For everyone that doesn't like reading books, you can just hop into here. We have a lot of stuff in here. Some stuff we will still rewrite, but there are some small minor things that we have adjusted. One rule that a lot of people may know from past divisions or seasons is that we had a fail-safe for each and every single battle, which means there's a deadline to where you have to drive the battle. And if you were able to drive the battle within that deadline, you were awarded 1 point, no matter the outcome. So if you draw a battle and you both were in the fail-safe time, both teams would have been awarded 1 plus 1 point. We got rid of that. We don't give any points anymore, so you're just gonna get points for your battles. It's still going to be the normal guidelines. So if you win a battle, it's gonna be 3 points. If you tie a match, it's gonna be 1 point, and if you lose, it's gonna be obviously 0 points. The second small change, and so something that we also are going to talk about now, because a lot of people asked me about this, is going to be the fail-safe in itself. One thing I'm going to say before I give the mic to Carrie to explain the fail-safe and the show-up rule is our fail-safe has been shifted to Sunday. Okay, it has been the Saturday before. I like this change a lot because especially NA players now have one more day on the weekend to actually make up some battles. So every time you're going to start a round for a battle, you will have 2 weeks, and it's gonna end on the Sunday at the second week at this time. It's gonna be different for everyone. It's 11 p.m. for me because I'm the Europe boy, and it's gonna still be in a range for some of the NA boys to still manage to do a battle on Sunday in the morning if they would like to. Okay? Now, I would love to hear Carrie explain to us what is
Yeah.
the fail-safe and what is how do you still get points if you're not able to make up a date within those 2 weeks?
I'm just gonna be quick on this one. First thing I want to talk about is the plus 1 points if you raise during the fail safe time. So this one, everybody at the point. Before it was like, yeah, well, even if you race after, because it's like 11 p.m. and you race at 11:15, Austin gave the point. And to be honest, I don't mind about it. But what was the thing to give points to people if there's no like well, everyone got the point in the end, so that was completely what was a bit dumb. So I removed the point, and there won't be any differences for the first save time. You need to race during the 2 weeks after we launch the round, so it means that you have 2 weeks to organize. If nobody is able to race during these 2 weeks, the fail safe time will be the day and the time you will have to show up if you didn't find a slot before. It means that if, for example, I'm playing against LK, we don't find a slot. There is the fail safe time. I show up with 2 of my drivers, but LK doesn't show up. I have the win. If I don't show up, they have the win. If nobody show up, it's a draw. No, it's a double loss. I'm sorry, not a draw, double loss. So yeah, that's how it will work mainly.
Yeah, so
That's the main difference between before, between now and before.
there's a lot of people that asked, is there still a possibility to gain points even if you're not able to set a time with these 2 weeks? And definitely there's always going to be a scenario where in the worst scenario someone can't race because of community technical issues. Maybe someone is on vacation or something like that. Their team is still able to show up to that fail-safe time and can secure some points for their team. So in the best case scenario, if the other team doesn't show up, you actually get the win, which is 3 points. If both teams show up, correct me if I'm wrong, Kerry, if both teams show up for the fail-safe, it's going to be 1 point each. And
well, no. It's they will race. If they show up,
Okay.
they will race, and we'll see who's gonna win. And if one team wins, that's gonna be 3 points. If they draw, it's gonna be 1 point each, and if they lose, well, it's gonna be 0. You know,
Okay.
that's simple.
Yeah. So
Well, not 3 points, 2 points for the win. I'm sorry, we'll be tired.
yeah, no, it's all good. So it's still something that you guys can keep in mind. Fail-safe time still is a thing, and we just don't want the split to go a year long. We did disagree on the fact that we want to force you guys to drive every weekend, so we still stick to the 2-week rule, and it just moved up one day, so you guys have a little bit more time to do this. So if anyone else is still out there who still has some question about it, didn't understand it correctly, don't be shy, just ask us. There's a lot of people who want to help out people here. Yeah, and that's the two little things that we
Yeah.
adjusted. So just to summarize, no point
I
here.
wanted
And
I wanted to add something before we move to another topic.
sure.
I can understand that 11 p.m. for some teams might be a bit difficult, and I'm talking mainly about team in Asia or Middle East, maybe, if we have some, or even Australia. Because for you, 11 p.m. will be during the night, and so that's a bit. But the fail-safe time is not really good for you. We can discuss about it. If you feel like some people abuse the time zone, don't hesitate to just reach one admin or moderator. We'll see what we can do. But don't hesitate if you feel like you're getting abused, and especially on the time zone, because it's not really easy. And I don't want to set up something like you race at this time for any time zone or this time for EU, but it's not really something that I want to do. But yeah, I want to give you the possibility to do whatever you want for the time and day. But if you feel abused, don't hesitate to reach us.
Yeah. And in the optimal scenario, you never want to just show up for the failsafe. We hope that everyone is able to get a time within those 2 weeks, so you don't even have to have that stress of staying up later to just show up for failsafe time. So people have the 2 weeks. You still can even race within the week. We did some extensive judging recruitment, which we're going to talk about later a little bit as well. So there's always going to be some people. We probably won't be able to stream every single battle, but we haven't been able to do that before. So once we have a judge there, we are ready to pick up a battle. Okay, anything to add?
Yeah.
If
No,
no,
that's all on my side.
then we can jump over. Division rules are done. We are jumping over to what people might want to see, and some people saw in the announcement before. We did have some stuff before that we will talk about, though, and I'm gonna give this to Pine here because we have some little things that people might want to know about what is going to happen in battles with conditions and how they are going to be judged in Legends and Div 1 as to the opposite of Div 2 and Div 3. So, Pine, would you be so kind to talk us through this one?
Well, something that a lot of people brought up was that, especially in like low divisions, they wanted kind of more variety in different conditions for battles. So last split obviously introduced the coin flip that decided whether the battle would be night or day, but that was just to Division 1 and to Legends Division. So now we're also introducing that's staying in Legend Division and Division 1, and in Div 2 and below, there's going to be a wheel spin, which has 75% day and 25% night. So there is a chance that a battle can be at nighttime for someone in Division 2 and below, but not anywhere near as high as in like divisions above. How I lagged out? No, Buzz is just changing his overlay. There you go. Here's the wheel. On
I
the
just
screen
wanted
right
to
now.
show the wheel. It was a little bit scuffed. We got it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
well, close Twitch,
yeah, all good.
Yeah,
cool.
my internet is a bit iffy, so apologies. But yeah,
Sorry.
so that's something new. And then we've also changed the format for the tiebreaker slightly. So the percentages on the wheels are slightly different, and there's different percentages for Division 2 and below. I'm not going to go into the specifics, but it is just slightly different. And yeah, here we go, the Division 2 wheel for tiebreakers. So you'll see it's different to Division 1 and above. In Div 1 and above, there it comes up with the direction and the condition. With this, it's just the condition, and then there'll be a coin flip for the direction as well. So that's kind of like the main differences between the two.
Yeah, just so you see the last one, this is going to be the one for Div 1 and Legends above. I think most people saw this one before. We used it in the off split for most of the battles as well, so people know how this one looks like. We got a change, which most people liked, because there was a time where we had a lot of day racing, right, and no conditions at all, and now we have a lot of things that can happen. But yeah, regarding to that, thank you, Pine. We got a coin flip which will decide day and night for Div 1 and Legends, and then we have a little wheel that we will roll for the Div 2 and below that. Okay. Just so you guys know, this is also, let me pop back to the Discord, all in here, division format. You can look it up. You got all the wheels in here and down here. And if you are still not sure of how the battle is going to pursue, everything is written down here, but we will talk about that in a little bit as well. And you don't really have to think about most of this, because the judges will mostly just guide you through this part of the procedure. So you don't have to worry about all of this when you are about to race. The only thing that we will need to have is a team leader, 2 team leaders who will give us some information about lineups and stuff. Now we will jump over to the next slot. We got the split standings. And this is what most people want to see. If you go into your Tatakai Discord, you can go to Split Standings, and you now have the updated version of Split 1 Season 2. You got all the divisions. We got the 2-team Legends division up here, Div 1, Div 2, and Div 3. Most people already saw that Div 2 is a little bit bigger than the other two, but we weighted them so that we thought that most of the teams are in the same range of skill level, and I think this is going to be very tight between every single division. I'm looking very forward to this one. And we got to show you a little extra that Kerry implemented. He's the goat of some things, yeah. He knows his stuff. If you are unsure yeah, what you want to say?
That's just Discord. That's just a Discord feature. That's not me.
Still, bro, take the compliment, okay? Take the compliment. If you guys are unsure if someone, like what people are on the team that I'm going to drive at, go to the team that you're going to drive on. Let's say we look at Isaac. I click on the team, and now we see actually who's in that team, who's going to be maybe a driver. So that works for every single one of them. You can now see what team leaders, what teams are in there. We can even see here Kerry's in the voice chat right now, which is pretty neat. And yeah, so if you know that you're gonna race a specific team, you just click on the team and see, oh, okay, they got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. And now you can look at the sheets if you're really into it and see what they're good at and what they're not good at. Yeah, Mui mentioned in Isaac as well. He's up here. He's also down in the Brew, I think. Yep, down here he is. And one of the newest teams actually that has come into the split, and they took up the challenge to go into Division 1 and see what they can do here. We got, I think this is probably the biggest Div 2 that we had in all of them, and I'm very happy that we got more people in here. At the start, when we were talking about a lot of teams, there were some teams that weren't sure if they wanted to. For example, Sprint Shadows was, I think they had a different leader before, and they at first didn't want to join, and then we got a short notice and they joined in because we let them. We love people going in here, so we have a lot of teams that want to run in this one. So yeah, if you want to look into your team, if you want to see who's going to drive for the opponent that you're going to face, you can just go into split standings and then see who's going to be in their team. Okay, I think that's for the split standings. We obviously have the usual stuff, the major standings, which is not going to be sufficient for now. The division battle history that will be sufficient for in the future, as well as the division upcoming battles. We still have the chance that team leaders can, once they have a date, post it right here so everyone can see it, and then we can have a judge or a couple of judges, maybe even a streamer see it, so we can know if we can actually stream this or not. And we got the good old chat where we just chat about if you want to say anything. And yeah, you already see there's one one test, and you're gonna see your battle that is gonna come up soon, where you can see your round of which battle you're gonna be in and the matchup you're gonna be faced. Okay? And if you're asking yourself now, who am I going to face then? Who's gonna be my first opponent? Who's gonna be my second, third opponent? Today we actually made a new thread, division round matchups, and if we go here, we got all the matchups pre-done. Okay, so every team, everyone knows who they are going to face in round number 1, round number 2, round number 3, and so on. So if you guys want to pre-plan and think about, what team should I prepare first for? What maps should we maybe drive a little bit more in the following weeks? Then you can just look at the matchups and think about it this way. Yeah, and that's for all of them.
This is we might change if some team gets out of the split. We will remake it, I think. So
Oh, if you
because
jump out, we will find you guys. Okay, you don't jump out now.
Mhm.
It's over. You're bound to us now.
yeah. So yeah, that's mainly it. Well,
So just so
that's
you guys have an overview of that. So everything in the division tab, it's you have to scroll a little bit down. It is a little bit older because we haven't been here in a long time, but it's still active and it's got to become way more active in the future. With that being said, I think we're done with giving you an overview of the divisions. We got some more stuff what we want to show you guys, which is not public yet. We teased it a little bit, and I'm gonna give the mic over to Pine for now, because we're going to jump into a channel up here, which I'm going to show in a second, which you guys haven't seen before. Pine, take it away.
Okay, so I think it's probably first best showing off the document that I've made, but this is going to be available to everyone, but also available to the judges. It's mainly made for the judges. I made how long is it? It's like 11 an 11-page document with all of the rules that all the judges will need to know. So it's everything from start gaps for each of the races to the wing gaps, the map pools, all of the different rules when it comes to contact, which is allowed, contact which isn't, strikes, and all that stuff. So this is available not just to the judges but to everybody to have a read through whenever they want to, because there is a lot of important stuff in there. And I think the main thing we did in the racing etiquette section, there's 17 different rules in there. Me and Burbs, we recently kind of went through and we simplified that section into kind of the most important of those rules, except however we did forget one. But the most important of those rules, and we did little videos on them, which we will go through soon. But Burbs is just slowly scrolling.
Yeah, I'm
through,
just
and I'll let
giving you.
him get to the
I'm just
bottom
gonna let
as
that
well.
sink in. I mean, Pine has been cooking. Look at this, guys, and I just want you to
Also,
appreciate it.
yeah.
Anybody who is a judge or a beginner judge who is watching, reach out at any point if you feel like you need help with learning stuff that you don't necessarily know, or you're unsure about stuff. Reached out to me, probably me especially. I mean, you can reach out to Burbs as well, or Skinsuit, because they both are very good at judging. But basically everything you'll ever need is all in here. But if there isn't stuff, let me know and it can be put in here.
And it's we have got some nice structure as well. Like you got some big titles for like you said, for the gaps between all the maps down here as well. So if you're unsure, if you're the beginner judge and you're judging a battle and there's something like Shamaru, for example, coming up, what is the gap again? You just go to this sheet and see, oh, okay, for the downhill it's actually 30 meters. How's it for Hapogahara? Maybe, okay, we got the downhill actually for 40 meters. And we also have the same thing for the uphills. So yeah, there's a lot of detail into this one, and shout out to Pine mainly because he was the cook who actually wrote all of this down. I helped them with the videos, but I want you guys to appreciate what Pine has done here. And I think we're gonna jump over to the videos, and then Pine, you talk us through them one by one, right?
Sure. Well, you're going to help as well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
You will see how Burbs drive usually. It's not really the same as what you see on Legends Division, but that's very interesting to see. So
Yeah.
We actually had a difficult time filming these videos because what happened was me and Burbs would go, yeah, we're going to do this dirty move on this run, and it'd take about 3 different shots because we're too good. We are just too good at
The
racing.
self-glazing, sadly.
yeah, of course.
It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
hard
yeah.
to drive dirty, guys. I don't know how you do it. No, but
unironically though, some of these did take multiple shots.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like it's kind of funny.
Okay. Well, I would say
I like
let's.
that. Am I still here?
Yeah, you just had a small wiggle, but you're still here, man. We still hear your soothing voice. I would say.
Bye.
Oh wait,
Hello?
is he not? I think Pine is gone for a second.
No,
Let me
I
see
like
that.
Oh, I think I hear something.
Hey, Pine. Yeah. Hello.
I'm
Pine.
back.
Yeah,
I'm
he's back.
Yeah, you're
Don't die on us here. In your section.
I'm not going to be back for long.
Oh
Hold
no.
Hold on.
It's like an SOS
Pine,
code
Pine is
that he's
fighting
just
his
giving
demons.
us. He's fighting his demons.
Okay, I've connected to my hotspot. My hotspot. Fingers crossed.
They are winning, bro. They are winning. Just do something.
Okay.
he's
So first incident. What was the first
Hello.
one we did? Yeah, we're back. So the first one me and Burbs made a video on was about leaving a car's width going into a corner. So the video itself is just me trying to drive it into a gap, and the gap does not exist.
We had this similar incident in a TFG, which was very controversial because some people thought something happened, and we're not gonna talk about the specific event, but yeah, you could definitely see that I am starting to pull over, and we don't want to see that. Yeah, we need to leave the space for the other car, and we don't want to see someone. You can obstruct the space to a degree where the opponent still has space, but don't force them into a situation where, for example, Pine right here has to brake early so he doesn't crash into the wall here. Okay, that is strictly forbidden, and if you actually make advantage of that, make your opponent crash, we're gonna have to maybe actually give you a strike for that.
Also, it's important pointing out that we consider a car to be alongside another car when the car behind its front wheel is alongside or in front of the car in front's rear wheel. So as you see here, the nose is in, but it is considered alongside, which means Burbs in this scenario would have to give room.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like some people's definitions of a car being alongside is if your nose is in, like if your front bumper is there. In reality, it is technically it's A pillar to B pillar, but that's difficult to judge when you have lots of different types of bodies of cars. So the easiest way of judging it is front wheel to rear wheel.
Exactly.
And there's going to be a lot of these videos are like, we've purposely made all these videos like very borderline what is legal and what isn't. So for any judges in the future, they're going to look at these and go, okay, if my incident was anything more extreme than this, it's definitely a penalty. You'll see a couple of these are like really, really on the border.
Yep, there's like some gray zones that we actually hit where you could still judge it in a way where you could say this is a violation against the rules, but I think this one, for most of the people, should be clear. Keep in mind what Pine just said, front wheel to rear wheel axle. If this is occurring, you gotta leave space. Okay? And if you're not, and if you're doing something like this, we're gonna put you on notice. Okay? And you got a full-blown text as well, which explains the whole entire situation above the video as well. So let's hop over to the next one. I think this one is also pretty obvious, but we're gonna run you through this one. Pine, this is your
Well,
cue.
actually, you say it's obvious. The rule has changed quite a bit.
Yeah,
The
actually.
rule has changed. Sorry, there's a bit of delay with me speaking
Yeah,
because I'm a
good.
hotspot. But the rule has changed from previous splits because previously you were not allowed to like change lanes whatsoever on the straights. Now you are allowed to change lanes on straights. You're allowed to change them twice. So once to the inside and once to the outside. But you're not allowed to change your lane whatsoever if the car behind you is within 10 meters, which is roughly 3 car lengths. It's kind of like how it's run in actual like professional racing. So this is just kind of a demonstration of weaving, which is definitely not allowed.
Right, and just don't try to obstruct someone who's maybe faster on the straight. You can definitely see we are changing here. First direction. No, this is the first, second. Now it's the third, and I'm going over for a fourth time. That's too many. So stay in your lane. Once the opponent gets close to you, you gotta stay in your lane, boys. Any questions for the people in the chat? Yeah, I don't see anyone saying, "This is not good, I want to
Malice
weave." Malice style, okay.
There's another video coming up later that we use an example of where again you're allowed to move on the straights, but it just shows you're not allowed to move too late. I think it's literally the next one.
I think it is.
Obviously, you're not allowed to move too late because that is considered reactionary defending. So there's 2 ways to defend. There's what's legal and what isn't. The legal way of defending is picking your line like way before the corner, picking your line way before the car is behind you, and giving the driver behind you like, oh, have I disconnected?
Nope, you're still there.
No, I'm still here. That was Carrie.
Oh, bye, Carrie.
Giving the driver behind you plenty of time to react to your defending, because at the end of the day, racing, you've got to treat it like you're 2 real people in real life cars. So if you crash, like a crash in real life could result in someone dying. So you need to be as predictable as possible to make sure that the guy behind you doesn't crash. So when you come into a corner, you need to pick your line way before the corner. And this video shows not how to do it, which is looking in your rearview mirrors, seeing where the car behind you is going, and weaving over.
No, definitely.
You're not allowed to do that.
Definitely.
You have to defend, based on where you think the guy behind you is going to be, not where he actually is.
This is definitely not 10 meters anymore, and I am pulling over. Pine actually has to brake for it. So it would have been okay for me to move over right now. Maybe. This is white line already, right? But if I know that I'm going to defend,
been, like, really close.
If I know that I'm going to defend, I should have gone to the right lane instantly. Okay, so don't try to block your opponent from getting the inside like I did here, because I don't like FCs in front of me on Nana Magari. Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, that's kind of a really important one when it comes to racing. That like whenever you're defending, you're not using your rearview mirrors. And this goes to drivers as well as judges. Like if you see any kind of reactionary defending, point it out, because it's something that people need to be taught about.
And this
question.
also let me imply this, because we didn't apply this. I think we didn't apply this in the video. The reactionary defending also applies to when you have a penalty. Okay, there's no if, buts, and maybes. If you have a penalty, you stay in your lane and you don't move over. We had some of these incidents before, in like the second to last battle that I've judged. We had a scenario where we had someone crash on a wall, and they tried to move over way too late and actually pushed the car that wanted to overtake out of the way and got ahead because of that again. And that was not legal.
Yeah, it's important if you have a penalty, just stick to the lane, which is whichever like when you have a penalty and when you crash and you're serving that penalty, don't move. Just stay in whatever lane it is that requires you to move the least. Because if you're moving and weaving across the road, if you try and get out of the way, you're actually doing a lot more damage to the guy behind you than if you were to just stay where you are. Because the guy behind you is thinking, okay, he's crashed, he's going slow, and he's in this place. If you try and move out the way, he might have already decided that he's going for a gap to pass you that you're moving into. So you might try and move out of the way with good intentions, but the best thing to do, like multi-class racing in real life, where you've got a faster car trying to overtake a slower car, is just stay in the right place and be predictable. That's kind of the most important thing with racing, keeping racing safe, is just be predictable.
By the way, quick side note for Skyref, thank you for the question. I think we're going to talk about some of the team rules and when you can switch teams and how you can switch teams. We're going to talk about that later. If Carrie comes back, if not, then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. We made a small sheet for it, but yeah, basically there are some restrictions to when you're able to swap teams and to what teams you'll be able to swap teams. One thing is for sure, if you're in a division, you will never be able to swap teams to a team that is also in the same division that your team is in. Okay? So, next rule.
Harry's got the internet issues.
Yeah, he's coming back, but we will wait for you, Carrie, so you can present that. Next rule.
So obviously racing is not a contact sport, but contact does happen in racing. That will be touched on later. But this is the kind of contact that is like when people say racing is not a contact sport, it's this kind of contact which is not allowed, which is pushing someone out of the way and getting an advantage of it. If you have a contact with anyone, don't take an advantage out of it. As we see here, the punt happens and the overtake happens. So the best thing to do when you have contact with someone is lift off and let them keep the position. Or if you're in a side-by-side and you have contact with someone, don't overtake them. Like, contact is allowed as long as you don't take an advantage out of it. And this is kind of an example of someone who pushes someone in the rear and makes an overtake because of it.
If you just
like that's forbidden.
If you listen to what Pine says here, if Pine would have just stayed behind Mir, nothing would happen. No one would say anything. If you flash your lights, just out of condolences as well, you're good, okay? But don't do what Pine did here. Push out of the way and take advantage immediately out of that. That is strictly forbidden, and we do see it sometimes, and I hope people understand that this is not fair racing, especially on the Touge, where small movements towards the car that your opponent is driving, especially rear-wheel drive cars, which easily can slip out because of a tap on the door. If it's too excessive, don't take advantage of this, guys.
I would just like to point out, though, if you do make contact with someone and you do take the position and the judge tells you to hand it back, they're not saying you're a dirty driver. They're not saying, oh, screw you, you're driving like an idiot and you need to be penalized for it. It could quite literally be that you've made contact and you didn't realize you've made contact, and they're just pointing it out to you and saying, hey, heads up, give it back. Like, if you make contact, that doesn't make you a dirty driver, as long as you don't take advantages from that contact. But then even then, if you take an advantage from that contact, it could just mean that you didn't know the contact happened. That's why the judge is here to help. Exactly. Hirsch in the chat, can you grass cut and corners? So cuts are forbidden on all of the maps except for Okawa, which is the Sector 1 cut. In Irahazaka, you're allowed to cut some of the hairpins, and then Soromin as well, you're allowed to cut some of the corners except for the very final cut. So some cuts are allowed.
The lawnmower line is still allowed, but stuff like on Sakanosuchi, nope.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. And then if you discover cuts elsewhere as well, not allowed to use them in divisions, they are just banned immediately. And Fujitabi as well. That one was previously unbanned for Miatas and Cappuccinos.
Oh yeah,
it's been banned again.
It's definitely banned again. That's a huge advantage for those cars, and don't try to use those.
I don't know why it was never unbanned.
Yep. Okay, so if no one knows, if you drive, for example, the downhill, the first corner or the last corner of the uphill, nope, you cannot just drive through that. You gotta take the long way around. Okay. Don't punt anyone off, and also while doing so, we also have a special occasion where something might happen that people may see as unacceptable behavior, and that is brake checking.
So yeah, brake checking is not something I've really experienced a huge amount while racing on this game, but it can happen. And brake checking is just quite simply when you're on the straight, you slam the brakes. But brake checking isn't always as simple as this, and this is something for anybody who will be judging, who's watching right now. If you feel that someone has brake checked, if it's in a higher division, chances are they've either made a mistake with the braking or they genuinely did brake check. If it's in a lower division, if they're showing signs of driving recklessly and against the rules, then you can put it down to a brake check. You can also put it down to them maybe not knowing the map or the car that well. If a brake check kind of like happens because they brake way too early into a corner, then yes, or they brake coming out of a corner or mid corner or whatever, then you can put it down as an experience issue and just say, give back the pace that you gained from the brake check and continue. But if it's like a malicious brake check in the middle of a straight, then it's very clear cut.
And
But there's a lot of ways it could happen, especially in lower divisions where it's just an experience issue. So keep an eye out for that.
yeah, definitely, it's sometimes very hard to judge, but as a reference to just see what is maybe allowed, or what maybe you should think about if you're in the judge position here, if the opponent that is brake checking also gets a contact here with the brake check and then gets an advantage off of it with a gap. That may be an indicator that that is something that if it's a big gap, you might just want to tell him to release for just a small second so the car can catch back up, even if it was an experience issue.
Yeah, if any kind of brake check happens, even if it's like intentional or unintentional, they should always give back that gap. If you feel it was intentional, give them a strike for it. If you feel it was unintentional, just ask them to give the gap back and give them a warning and say, don't do that again.
And the cuts on Ashinoko Skyline outbound are at the start?
Yeah, they're not allowed.
Not allowed. Wait, there's cuts on Ashinoko out. Oh yeah. No,
There are,
that's
yeah.
not allowed. Nothing. The forest line. Yeah.
The way that the rule is written around shortcuts is every single shortcut that isn't on the 3 maps specified is illegal. If you discover a new shortcut on a new map, you're not allowed to use it anyway. It's simple as that. And like, if you use it in a battle and you gain a big advantage from it, the judge can do whatever he feels please. He can disqualify for you if you really want to. So
Don't test your luck.
don't risk it.
Yep.
Yeah, don't test your luck, because if you've got a mean judge and he disqualifies you for using a cut, that's really your own fault.
Definitely. Don't let RZA judge your battles. No. Okay. Yeah. Going up to the next one. This one took a lot. This one took a bit. This one of the ones that we had to like redo 3 or 4 times, I think, right?
Yeah. So this one's like a very marginal one. So this is kind of like a demonstration of what I was saying earlier, where during a side by side you are allowed to tap people, but if you tap someone and push them off their line or squeeze them off the track, you have to let them back and give them that advantage again. Like every time you tap someone, you can't take an advantage because of it. So this one is kind of like one of those very marginal borderline ones where you could kind of view it that it's my fault, you kind of view it that it's Burbs' fault, but for this we would say it's my fault because I push him off.
And it is
And
definitely
this is not allowed.
definitely one of the ones where we could say this is the white line, right? This is very marginal in this video, but if you see something way more excessive than this, you know how to react instantly. It's gonna come up in the next right-hander. Right here. You know,
anything more excessive than this is just an insta penalty.
Don't push your opponent off. You can see how my trajectory really changes. I just slide out, although I'm a front-wheel drive car. And I have to brake, although that juicy looking sign would have been straight in my face. So please, if you're going side by side, I know it's definitely a adrenaline rushed feeling. If you're side by side with an opponent, you want to get ahead. please be careful. Don't push your opponent off his line. We have the rules, guys. If you're side by side, you have your line. You gotta stick to that line. Don't obstruct the line of your opponent, and don't push them out of the way. And then also take advantage of this. Same as Pine just said, is if he would have pushed me here and then would have braked and let me back pass, easy. But Pine just went on, and that's the issue.
Yeah, there's like you know, we understand that like you're all not robots and contact is going to happen. And it's not a contact sport. Contact is bad, but if you for whatever reason tap your opponent, just don't take an advantage off of it. And if you push him off and push him into a sign, let him back through before the judge even has to say anything. Like it's just, it's whatever. Also, yeah, Malice pointed out to me, are Momiji line cuts legal? I didn't even know there were cuts on Momiji line.
It's not really a cut, right? It's just the gutter lines. I think he's referring to, right?
Yeah, of course that is. Yeah, of course
that is
I
within
said,
within the
yeah,
map itself, right? That's obviously illegal. Not illegal, legal. Sorry.
so the way I defined it to Malice earlier actually was a cut only becomes a cut if you go like all four wheels off of the road. So if you kind of like go all four wheels off the road and you go through a guardrail and cut the corner completely, that's a cut. But if you have like your front two wheels on the grass over a gutter, that's not a cut. That's just you, I don't know, utilizing the road, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have ever considered the Momiji lines to be a cut. Yes, you go a little bit
Yeah.
offline, but you still have two tires on the road, so it's like more of like a optimization of lines, you could say. Okay, I think we got one more.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were cuts.
No, we got actually two more, but one of them is more
Two more.
more common than the other one. Most of the people are gonna know the last one, but this one is also very interesting because we do see it in battles happening, and I want you to be aware of this one.
So this one obviously has quite a bit of discussion around it because squeezing is kind of something that is frowned upon in a lot of different disciplines in racing, but squeezing is technically legal in a lot of different disciplines of racing. And I'd say that squeezing is legal in this discipline of racing, but squeezing is only legal if the car behind you is no longer alongside. Like if just their nose is there, you can kind of squeeze that exit and make the exit less inviting for them. If they're like properly alongside you, you're not allowed to squeeze the exit. But if they are like not even that alongside you, or they're trying to get alongside, but it's just their front bumper, you can make that exit less inviting. But if they manage to get alongside before that exit closes, you have to give them room. So this is an example of an incident where I'm going for the outside on an exit of a corner, and I am fully alongside, but Burbs here tries to squeeze it, but by the time he's like closed it off, I am still technically legally there, so he should have given me space. So it's a bit of a grey area whether squeezing is allowed or not allowed, but as you can see, I am alongside, so Burbs had to give a car's gap there. But squeezing is technically allowed if the car behind isn't like completely alongside. You can make the exit less inviting. But the moment that you cause contact and push that guy off the road, then it becomes illegal.
There's maybe some people that would argue right now in that situation, I am just taking the racing line, which is the racing line. But like Pine said, he is alongside. If you heard what Pine said in the first rule, front axle, rear axle, he's more than alongside. He's half the car length, more than almost the 3/4 of the way. I would have needed to give him the space to go through here, but I didn't. I just squeezed him into the wall. And if that happens, wait, don't go on like I just did. Because if you don't wait, same procedure. One more time for you guys.
I feel like with racing, especially like even though it's a video game and sim racing as well, you say the same thing, even though it's a simulator, you should always treat it as if it's a real life scenario. So in this scenario, Burbs should be thinking, oh God, there is a guy on my outside. If we both crash, he could get seriously injured and my car could be screwed. So you should always, always, always give people space. Like, you're allowed to squeeze, you're allowed to minimize the space, but the moment you push them off the track or cause a collision or make them go into a wall, that's when it becomes illegal. So always treat it as if you are an actual driver on an actual toge, and the guy is a real guy that you could seriously injure if you make him crash.
Exactly. So please be aware of this. There's a lot of opportunities. Oh, Mozu, thank you for the gifted
Mozu with the
subs.
subs.
And he actually
Thanks a
gifts
lot,
2
Mozu.
of his teammates, Malice and me.
Okay, for Maris, I think Moses gonna remove the sub as he gave it to Maris. I don't think that's what he wanted.
He's gonna want a refund right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
by
fun.
the way, welcome back, Carrie. We got one more rule, and then we'll jump over to some stuff that people already asked for because people want to know how teams are going to be handled during splits and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, one last one. Pine, take it away. It's like on a news broadcast. I say something and Pine reacts 20 seconds after. Or he's just actually gone.
I'm back.
Oh, he's
I'm
back. There he
What
is.
happens?
Nothing. I just introduced the last rule and said, Pine, take it away, and you didn't say anything.
Sorry, my internet went again. I've got a 5G and a 6G internet in my house, and I'm switching between the two as they both go down at different times. So that's fun. But yeah, so this one's really straightforward anyway. Just don't overtake before the first corner, but there are some exceptions to that rule, which are specified in the race rules. So that's like Okawa uphill, Momiji uphill, Irahazaka both directions, stuff like that. Like you kind of like you're not allowed to overtake before the second corner, I believe it is.
In this scenario, you would always, move over, get your racing line for the first corner. Pine just immediately ignores that and takes the position. Not legal, boys. Okay, no, we got the one where, for example, Pine just said one of the scenarios that I've seen a lot is Okawa uphill before the chicane. You're not allowed to overtake. Only after the chicane, so don't even try it. Don't even try to go alongside. Even that's something we didn't specify. Don't go alongside and obstruct the leader with his line, right? I've seen that as well. Like people try to obstruct the line on, for example, Okawa downhill, where someone tries to go side by side into the first corner, so they cannot get the perfect line through that corner. Don't even try it.
What I will say that this one kind of falls on the responsibility of the judges mostly, because it's not like it's consistently second corner for every map except for like 5. So if you're a judge and you know that a map is going to come up, obviously look in the document that I've made, because it will specify like where you're allowed to overtake from. It will specify the wind gap. It will specify everything along those lines. So it is the judge's responsibility for stuff like that to make sure that the drivers know. And then if this still happens after you've told them, then yes, there you go. Have a go at them.
Exactly.
But usually this doesn't result in a strike or anything. It's just a polite, okay, you need to restart the race.
Yeah. Don't abuse it too much. If you try to do it multiple times, the judge might do something. But just so you know it, I know for most people this is a no-brainer. But like we said before, there are some people that still try to do it, and just stay behind. Once the second corner is over, then you can start doing stuff. In the most part, you should be thinking about setting up the second corner to the best degree so you can get a good exit out of the corner and then start something afterwards. Don't try to do anything before that.
I mean, this happens a lot more than people realize. I think the most notable one of it happening at high level was the finale of the 1v1 tournament. So we're going back about 15 years at this point. But the finale of the 1v1
Yeah.
tournament, it was Okawa uphill, and Kaz kept angling his car alongside Flish before the point where he was allowed to overtake, which, like, he wasn't stopping Flish in any way, but it was not legal. So it does happen at all levels.
Yep. And that is it for the rules and the judge guidelines. Like we said, the channel's not public yet. We will make it public very soon, and I think it's just going to be out right after stream, probably, right? And you can skim through the judge guidelines and watch the videos and read the text themselves. If you want to see some great driving, Integra versus GDR, just watch these, and you know what you're not allowed to do. And I think if no one's here who thinks that there's something unclear, just let us know again. But I think we made this clear, although some of the videos were pretty on the line where you could say, this maybe shouldn't be judgeable, but yeah, we just want to let you guys know there are a lot of stuff that the judges are going to look out for, so keep it clean, boys. We want to see some good racing and harsh racing, but keep it in the lines of the guidelines. And with that, I would say Skyref. Skyref is actually still here, so I think Carrie, if you're still here, we can jump over to the last category of today's stream, and that is going to be. Am I allowed to open up the direct message you sent me?
Yeah, well, you can. That's why I sent it to you.
Okay.
This is when Carrie's news gets leaked.
No, it's all right. I only send them to Maris. Okay, so mainly for the team format, I changed it. It was a mistake first because I deleted the previous messages. So I was like, yeah, well, as I'm gonna put the new one, I'm gonna change and adjust things. So first thing first, you must be in Tatakai Shakai Discord to join and race as a team. So it means that if you have some teammates that are in Tatakai, they can't play in division and they can play in even friendly battle that you can have 1v1 battle, everything. So you absolutely need to have your members in Tatakai Shakai Discord. So this is not just because I want the Discord to grow, it's not really the thing. Just that we can check and we can also control if there is Smurf, things like that. That's mainly it. Next, you need at least 2 members to have a team. That's the basic. If a team falls to 1 member, it will be disbanded after 1 week. So yeah, after 1 week, we will disband it. You have 1 week to get 2 members at least. Teams can have as many sub teams as they want, so that's the first modification I did. I don't see the point of having like sub teams that are not sub teams. Well, it's better to have some real sub teams. So we know what is linked to which team. It's better, and there's no differences. You can be leader of only one team or sub team. That's the main difference. So if you want a sub team, you choose a leader. If you want a new team, you choose a leader. But you are not leader of 10 teams, for example. You can be co-leader of as many teams as you want. This one is dumb. I will remove it because if you are co-leader, you need to race, and you can race only for one team. So yeah. If your team doesn't have enough member to race to minimum, you are allowed to recruit at max 1 driver from your sub team and 1 driver, because at first it was 2 members when I did it, and yeah, Frisch wasn't really happy with it. Not a lot of people were happy with it, so I changed it. Team composition, so 8-member max, so 8-member max, not drivers. 6 drivers, 1 team leader can switch to non-driver. 1 mascot, that is mandatory, it's not driver. You can have a team without mascot, but the mascot will not drive. Only 6 drivers at any given time. The other 2 members have to be non-drivers, no matter the rule. During division, that's where it gets interesting. You can't join a team that has less power ranking than you have. So we are talking about the average power ranking. So for example, Flish can't join a 2nd division team. So it doesn't allow Smurf. That's mainly it. But it allows people that are in team, that is too high level for them, to switch to a lower team to try to have some fun. That's why I did it, because we already had the issue of previously of people leaving team because they were stomped in higher division and going in 2nd division or lower just to stop the competition, and that's we don't want it. You can't join a team in the same division as you were, so yeah, switch between teams in the same division is not allowed. You can't go back in your previous team after leaving it. Yeah, so yeah,
Keep in mind
pretty
during
straightforward.
keep
Yeah.
in mind this is during division. After the division ends, you obviously can. There's the example of, for example, Mozu, who was in Truly
Mhm.
Illegal, but he wasn't in the split, right? And the split ended, and then he came back. So this is only during divisions.
It's only during divisions, yeah. I'm not talking about outside division, that's only during divisions. Team leader role, so that's also something I want to clarify. So the team leader will pick the maps during the battles, the drivers during the battles, and it will be the only one allowed to discuss with the judges during the battle, penalty, judges, call, etc. So mainly it's we will have some new judges, okay, but are maybe not really used to it. So to make it easier for everyone, we want only one people giving the calls. Well, yeah, calling the shots. Doing the pick and ban, we only want the team leader to do the pick and ban. We only want the team leader to announce the drivers. So if it's not the team leader that is announcing it, we won't consider it. And same for the maps. So all maps shit like that. But we have the co-leader roar just after that. It's the same as team leader if the team leader isn't available for the battle. So if the team leader is here, the team leader will have the priority. So yeah, if the team leader is not here, that's the co-leader that is taking the same role. So choosing the map, choosing the drivers, and talking to the judges. But if the team leader is here, he doesn't have the priority. But the team leader can transfer the priority to the co-leader if he wants to. If is yeah, the team leader can still race, yeah, of course. If they are driver, if they are not driver, they won't race. But yeah, you can race as a team leader, of course. So to allow the co-leader to lead during the battle when the team leader is available, so it means that you have both of them in the same battle, we will need a written authorization. So it means that the team leader is saying, I'm gonna give the priority to the co-leader, and that will be all right. But it will be for the rest of the battle, and the team leader won't have anything to say. That's definitive for the battle only.
So, for example, if Skinsuit is too lazy to do any of the picking and stuff like that, he can just say, I want Burps to do all the talking with the judges, and then I will do that. If we got the written authorization after the battle is done, the team leader gets his priority back.
Yeah, that's only a one-time thing. So yeah, that's it for the co-leader. For the mascot role, that's the fun thing. And mainly, I get that it's a fun feature. I don't want it to be used as a loophole. So again, that's the first time we use the mascot role. So let's not yeah let's not do some dumb shit with it. And if there is some issue with it, I'm gonna change the rules. That's gonna be clear. So mascot will be here for some special events, not competitive. And talking about special events, we have two special events ongoing. We have the highlight and delivery for each team. But I saw some pretty good things. That's cool. That's cool to have some people participating in it. Mascot is here to hype the community around this team. So mainly, well, just yeah, hype them. You cheer them in the chat or things like that.
Gamble in the
That's a cool
chat.
feature. Yeah, you're basically the cheerleader. That's cool. Mascot is not able to drive during battles, so yeah. At any times, you can't get the mascot driving because you lack of drivers. So he's not able to drive. Yeah, so it's only here to cheer you up. But if you don't have drivers, that's too bad. Mascot will be allowed to join the stream if they want to during their team race. So yeah, that's basic. You join, you can commentate with us. That's cool. but we expect a good behavior. If not, well, you're gonna be kicked. Mascot can join his team if one driver spot is open, but the mascot can't go back to his mascot role if he becomes a driver. So basically, you can just, well, for example, you lose one driver, you can replace it with the mascot if he wants to. First thing, and second thing is he can't go back to mascot. That's not possible. And you can change it only once a month or once per split division to avoid this kind of I'm putting a mascot in reserve and I'm gonna use it when I need it, you know.
Very, very important rule here. Guys, just don't try to use a seventh driver and think about, oh, I'm just gonna build a team and put one of them in mascot and then just gonna switch out the mascot role with the driver role. Only once per split if it's really needed. If one of the drivers during the split is like, okay, guys, I cannot race anymore, then you can do it once. You cannot switch it back, and the mascot will never be able to drive.
Won't be able to go back to mascot.
Yeah, and that as
right.
well. That as well.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe mainly all, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and wait for me before you launch the intro.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it. I was smoking, so yeah. All right. So that's all right. That's fine for me. I think that we cleared all what we wanted to talk about, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we got all the stuff down. If anyone else has any question, you can try to imply them now into the chat. But just to summarize for you guys, we got a whole new section or like updated section for the divisions. Check that out for us if you will. We got some judge guidelines that Pine and I worked on. Pine mostly, so leave some love for Pine because he's a goat. We all know him. We all love him.
Yeah.
And yes, some people may ask themselves now, okay, what's up with this, by the way? Yeah, we have this season we have a 2-team Legends division. We're not going to tell you too much yet. It's going to be a little bit different, and also because of the fact that we are only 2 teams, it's probably also going to be scored a little bit differently. We're going to give you some insight about that in the future as well. But for now, we will just let you know it's going to be slightly different to the divisions that we have. For the rest of the divisions, it's the simple concept. Every team will face every other team. So Hell drivers will drive against Lonely drivers, Ice All-Cats, G-Drive, Remnant Racers, and Brew. And if we have that all done, we got a point system where we can see who's leading and who's not. And one thing that we forgot to mention, by the way, at the start, there was a rule where only Division 1 was able to get into a relegation match with the last driver of the split be above them. This now applies to every single division. So, for example, let's just take one of the teams and say Koi Juniors finish Division 3 in first place and win the finishing match, the finals match. They can now challenge the last team of Division 2 at the end of the split to a relegation match. Relegation matches will always be, for example, how it was in Division 1 to Legends Division, where we have a normal team battle where if the team that is in the lower division draws or wins the battle, they're going to get promoted to the next division. That's also going to apply to Division 2 and 3. So if you guys want to...
It's worth pointing out, though.
Yeah?
Sorry. It's worth pointing out, though, in Legends and First Division, no team will be relegated from Legends Division, even if they lose the promotion battle. If the Legends team that finishes last in Legends Division loses the promotion battle, then all that means is the first place Division 1 team will go up. If the Legends team wins the relegation promotion battle, it just means that nobody goes up or down.
Exactly. So if anyone in Division 2, 1, or 3 wants to go up and go on a journey, go on a spree to show every other team that they are the best ones, try to be up there on the leaderboards, because at the end of the split you will have a chance to fight your way through and make yourself a name for your team. Like if Koi Juniors want to be a Division 1 team, they can. They just have to perform. They have to go and beat the next team in Division 2, which is going to be the last one. So options are open. We got a lot of horizons that are clear, and I think most people are very hyped to see this come back because, yes, guys, we had a long break from the division, and it's back. So we will hook you up with the new failsafe time soon for the first battles. Check the division round matchups again, so you know which team you will face first. Vice doesn't want to be in Div 1. Okay, you just gotta talk to your leader then. I don't know if he likes to be in Division 2 as well, but well, we'll see. No, for everyone, like I said, check the sheets so you can be prepared. If you really wanna have just fun, just have fun. If you wanna really make a name for yourself and try to show everyone what you got, you might use all of this and maybe all of the new stuff that we applied with the racing sheets where you have all the names for the teams, and you can really prepare yourself for the races now.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that is Yep.
The future matchups are still subject to change. I'd just like to point out.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think Kerry also pointed that out. There may be changes to it, depending
Can
on
have some changes,
team,
yeah,
right?
on what happens, yeah.
We just hope
Okay.
for this that no one will ever disband during the split, and we hope that everyone fights for their team and just wants to be the best in their division and maybe even relegate up. If you guys don't have anything else to say, then I think we just after 1 hour and let's say like 15 minutes, because we had a little bit of pre-stream, got to the end of our rules section for today.
Yeah, that's all good on my side, yeah.
I thank you all again for joining in. We had I think one of the highest view counts in a long time at the start of the stream, with like 40 viewers. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you again for all the gifted subs. We love you guys. We are at 44. Holy shit. I just saw that. We got
That's crazy.
428 followers as well. Only need two more followers, guys. See if you're not followed. If you have not followed, follow right now. So we get 430. I'm getting in my streamer mode right now. And thank you again for joining on the stream. We will hook you up with the threads for the matchups. You will go into your Tatakai, and at some point down here at the Division Hub, you will see something pop up where you see your thread where you can, make up a time with your team, with your opponent, and try to see when you guys can battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag you anyway, so yeah, you'll see it coming.
All right. I think I'm just gonna say a big thank you to Kerry and also to Pine and also to the whole moderator and admin staff. We worked a lot in the past couple of weeks. We had some ups and downs with some discussion about stuff that we wanted to do and wouldn't want to do, and I think we got a very nice setup for this next split, and I'm very excited to see what some of these teams can do, because we have some new names, we got some new drivers that improved a lot, and drivers that already exist for a long time and just want to prove that they still have it, and I can see this blowing up. Boys, I hope you guys are ready, and I thank you again for tuning in, but I think we're gonna shut it down for now, and keep yourself updated on the Discord, because it ain't gonna be too long until you're gonna face your first opponent, and then you can finally jump into your cars, get the fucking headlights on, sorry for my language, and then start up the motors and drive a battle. Okay, I thank you again to Kerry and Pine, and see you guys.
Thanks for that, Burbs. Thanks again, Burbs, for the stream. Was very cool.
Yeah,
And yeah, see you guys. Thanks.
we'll see you.